out. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is Gibson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play. And the Patriots will get a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the
27-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
To Michael Gallup.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A 44-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10 step.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to
right down the middle. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They give him a gain of 37.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 30.
Here's Carr. And now here is another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. The 30, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 34. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Carr to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
4th down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
And this is caught. He hits more. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Carr completes it. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. But it's going to be 2nd down. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Play action. Now it's Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. It's a foot race. The 20. 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
He's got it, and the lead stretches to 35-14.
The score, Patriots 35, Dolphins 14.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now Carr to try again after the pick 6. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Patriots 35, Dolphins.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, it's Carr. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jonathan Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Complete.
David Moore, 92 yards. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back at the 10.
I thought we're going to see more and more of this continue to flow into the NFL game, and that is the quarterback run game. Not successful here going for 2, but it's not something that people shy away from totally anymore either.
In particular, do you think more so around the goal line?
I think so. Anytime it's short yardage, anytime you can go ahead and keep the ball in the hands of the quarterback who's athletic, you go ahead and do that rather than risk a handoff or a pitch.
They just couldn't get it done there, though. 2-point try fails.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Jordan Hicks, 3rd in the NFL in tackles a year ago, there to make the play.
The pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
On the carry.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Now Hundley. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. How about them biting? Fourth down attempt and keeping the drive alive. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On 1st down, it's Carson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Chris Carson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove.
25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
1st down, Miami.
Now a play fake. Carr. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by a former 1st-round pick, Patrick Robinson. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by the rookie, Michael O.J. Mudia. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. That's complete right around the 8. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now, it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game, they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They run again with Carson. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance. And now it's third down.
A gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Throwing, Hundley. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Here's Carson.